Everybody, today we're going to do something just a little bit different. I'm supposed to be getting somewhat popular because I was featured by my friend AD from Chicago, Illinois on his Leaving Chicago YouTube podcast. So here is that interview sharing how Rapid City and the Black Hills are a cool place to be.
Hello, folks. Good people of YouTube. If you're in Chicago, Chicagoland, welcome. I'm Anant Deoras with EXP Realty. This is the Leaving Chicago YouTube show where I interview top agents throughout the nation for folks that are thinking of relocating out of the Chicago and the Chicagoland area. And today we have a South Dakota agent. So we're going to be talking about kind of his journey, his experience in real estate and his journey specifically with YouTube, because I imagine a lot of you are going to be finding this video on YouTube. We'll talk about attractions in where he operates in South Dakota, attractions, things to do, and then of course we'll wrap up with our bread and butter, real estate. So Tristan, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us how long you've been in the business and kind of your YouTube journey.
Awesome. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you allowing me to be on your video and
absolutely, thank you.
be a part of this awesome experience we're having on YouTube here. So yes, my name is Tristan Emond. I am the owner broker here in Mindful Living Realty. I live in Rapid City, South Dakota, which is just on the east side of the Black Hills. We're the gateway to the Black Hills. I actually started in real estate in 2006, so it's been about 15 years now going on.
Oh, wow.
I'm losing track.
You don't look a day over 25.
I know, right? I'm just, I don't know, whatever.
Well, I don't have anything on top, so you looks really good on top. So Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah. So, when I started in corporate real estate for about 10 years, and then in 2010, my wife joined me. We became the Emond Team. So she and I were doing some real estate stuff together. And then about 2016, we said, you know what? We can do this stuff ourselves. And we opened up our own independent firm, Mindful Living Realty, since we've been operating that since 2016. And my son, Michael, joined us a few years ago. So he's kind of my transaction coordinator. Handles a lot of some buyers as they come along as well, and so we all kind of do everything together. Sarah, she's kind of stepped back a little bit. She's the person in the background making sure we're doing everything right, making sure.
The Wizard of Oz, right?
I'm like, why do you need that box, Jack? That's no big deal. So,
and how long have you been doing the YouTube channel and kind of go into?
Yeah, I've always had a YouTube channel. I've always done some little bit with video, but it's always just, kind of a storage spot for a while. It really wasn't until actually just about a year ago, April 17th, 2020 was my first video where I started, I'm going to start talking about what's cool about Rapid City, what's cool about the Black Hills, what is basically moving to Rapid City channel. And since I started that in April 17, 2020, I'm just that far away from 1,000 subscribers.
Oh my God, wonderful.
Yes,
that's amazing.
That spot. And I've had I've talked with a lot of different people throughout the country about moving to the area. I've closed on a number of deals, and I've got a number of deals, presently under contract. So it's certainly been a great thing for me and our business. Just getting out there and sharing what we love about the area.
Awesome. So that's great. So that, knowing that you've worked with relocation buyers is critical.
100%.
So I'm glad you have that experience. So let's kind of go into, some people, whether you like it or not, they're like South Dakota. South Dakota, unfortunately, isn't a lot of people's radar. And maybe it is. You obviously, you kind of get a feeling of where people are coming from. So why don't you kind of talk about, you mentioned Rapid City and Black Hills, kind of mention kind of just a quick overview of like kind of things to do, what you do as a family and what you've seen with your relocation buyers, kind of attractions and things to do in the area.
Awesome. So we'll just kind of hone out about South Dakota in general, kind of give you a feel of South Dakota, because we've got 800,000 people in our entire state. That's it. I mean, Denver itself is 3 times our entire state. So that kind of gives you an idea of how remote we are in South Dakota.
We have 2.7 in Chicago.
Right, exactly.
2.7 million. So, wow. Okay. All right.
And a lot of people like the move to less people, a little more remote, but it's a change when you're coming from metropolitan United States to smaller cities. So on the east side of the state is Sioux Falls, and that city is about 75,000 people. And on the west side of the state is Rapid City, which is We're about 75,000 right now. So, only 75,000 people in Rapid City. If you include kind of the little towns around, we're about 100,000. If you include kind of all the Black Hills, West Side is about 145,000 kind of people in our area. And it's kind of different because we should be East and West Dakota, because the Missouri River crosses the state, and East side is very prairie. West side is a little more cattle ranch, a little more rugged, and so we've kind of got this little difference in our state between East side and West side, and we got this little battle going on. But so we live on the West side, and the beauty about Rapid City is the fact that we're nestled against the Black Hills National Forest. That's really the biggest draw to where we are. A lot of people don't necessarily want to live on the plains of South Dakota. They'd rather live where the mountains are. So we have what did I say? I've got the data up here. 1.2 million acres of public lands.
Oh, wow.
We have 11 reservoirs, swimming beaches, 30 campgrounds, 2 scenic byways, actually 3 scenic byways, plus a bunch of other ones. 1,300 miles of streams, 13,000 acres of wilderness, and over 450 miles of hiking trails. And that is
so suffice to say, Tristan, if you don't like outdoor living, you will eventually like being outdoors, I'd imagine,
that's
right?
the thing to do, really. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
If you really want great shopping, you got to go to Denver. I mean, let's be honest. We do have here in Rapid City, we do have all the major box stores. We've got Lowe's and Best Buy and Sam's and Target. So you get everything you'll need is here. And just kind of give you a feel. Obviously, since I talked about the remoteness, the reason Rapid City has always kind of remained isolated from a lot of other different. So like in the 2008 housing crash, we went down 6% or maybe 10% total the entire time. Other areas were down 50, 60%. We only went down 10%. So we've always been very economically sound, it seems like. And I think a lot of that is because of where we are. So we're 5 hours from anywhere. So, 5 hours to Bismarck, 5 hours to Sioux Falls, 5 hours to Billings, Montana, 7 hours to Denver. So we got about a 100, 150, 200 mile trade radius where everybody comes to Rapid City. So the hospital is a bigger hospital and medical community. A lot of jobs in that community for sure.
That's how I was going to speak to jobs. Yeah. So I imagine there's stability, right?
Everybody's coming. Yeah. Everybody comes to Rapid City for shopping, for medical, for services. We've got a lot of banks and CPAs, and all those different things that people need. We've got a lot of those services here in Rapid City. And on top of that, then we've got the tourists coming in because we're 33 minutes away from Mount Rushmore, so everybody's coming to see Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, Custer State Park, which has buffalo roaming wild. You can drive through buffalo. So there's a lot of great attractions here in the Black Hills, as well as plenty of opportunities that are coming up, especially in the. So if you're in the hospitality scenario, motels, attractions, restaurants, all those are pretty big, especially during the summer when we have our bunch of tourists coming to town.
Got it. And speak a little bit more, and I'm actually going to post up. You did a really, really good jobs video. I'm going to post up in the link. If have you done any videos recently? Maybe some particular neighbor, and of course, all the neighborhoods are wonderful there. But maybe a particular neighborhood that's a recent video. Of course, I'd love to give you a shout out and promotion. Something that you've done recently that the public should know.
Yeah. So as far as a neighborhood video, I've done one on an area called Chapel Valley, and this is a nice big lake, and it's kind of one of those properties where Rapid City has a lot of different. We're next to the prairie. The Badlands are just over the 50 miles to the east. We've got Badlands, we've got prairie, we've got mountains, and so the further west you go in Rapid City, you get into these little. It basically looks like you're in the hills, even though you're in town. So you've got evergreen trees, you've got the beautiful backyards, you've got the wonderful green grasses. And so I'll share with you that video of that neighborhood in Chapel Valley, very popular neighborhood. And it's right off this beautiful lake called Canyon Lake, which is a fishing lake that we can go kayaking in and canoeing in. I don't recommend going swimming in it, but you could.
Okay.
A lot of fishermen. We see a lot of duck and geese wandering around Canyon Lake Park. An island in the middle where you can do. A lot of people have done their weddings and pictures for the weddings and that kind of thing. So
got it.
Park, west side of Rapid City.
Wonderful. And also, and folks, I'll post that up in the end, we got to point up, right? In up in the cards, folks, for you to check out that neighborhood. So while we've talked about neighborhoods, I want to transition because, of course, people when they're thinking about neighborhoods, they're thinking about, okay, well, if I'm going to buy a home, and I know there isn't any typical numbers, but let's just say, for example, there's some folks that want a nice 3-4 bedroom. I imagine most of the market is single family. Do you have a lot of condos?
No, we're pretty heavily single family.
Single family. Okay. So go through some little high level, Tristan, on the market in general, and like what would someone to be expected to pay. And I'm hoping they'll be pleasantly surprised. But as we all know, the market is scorching hot in a lot of markets. So kind of go through some numbers, what a 3 or 4 bedroom home would cost, and kind of talk about the market in general, please.
Yeah, and if this was 2006, it would be a whole different conversation. Let me tell you.
Okay.
When I first started, I'm like, wow, holy crap, how's this happening?
Yeah.
For today in our market, our average home price for, I believe when I did my market video report for March or April, was $312,000. That's our average home sale in the Rapid City.
Okay. All right.
10 years ago, it was $160,000.
Oh, wow.
Just to give you an idea of how
that's
much
for a 3 or 4 bedroom, or 3 bedroom,
yeah,
two bath.
This is average all over.
Okay, got it.
If you're looking to get into a 3 bedroom, 1 or 2 bath home here in Rapid City, you better be expecting to spend about $250,000 to begin with, and maybe $300 really to get into West Side. You probably want to have $300, and then anything outside of town with any kind of acreage, you better be looking at $350, $400 plus. To get into the Black Hills, and a lot of times you're getting more like $500,000. But when you're talking about just being in town, being in Rapid City, we looked at one property the other day that was a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, I believe, for $225,000, and it was a complete fixer upper. I walked and I went, this whole thing needs to be redone, and it's $225,000. What's up with that? Used to be you could get something $200,000 moving ready. Now that's inching towards the $250,000, $300,000 just to get into something that you were going to be able to move into without spending too much time, energy, and effort at it. So
and I'm sorry, that those would be ready to go, or would you have to put some money for updates in the 250 to 300 range?
Most basically ready. Be able to, lease-wise, they're livable at least. You might want to make some changes. If you really want something pretty nice, you're gonna be above 300 for sure.
Okay, so this and folks already know that all my friends in Chicago and Chicagoland, like there's a condo here in the city is $300,000. That could be for 1 bedroom, sometimes 2. So that is wonderful, folks. If you're looking for affordable living and all the attractions that Tristan said, I mean, I highly recommend you reach out to Tristan. So Tristan, I really appreciate your time. I don't want to take too much of it. Can you give a couple of links if you have like a relocation guide or your website, the best ways to get a hold of you? And people out there on YouTube, I'm going to have it down in the description. And on the lower thirds, I'm going to have Tristan's information. Strongly recommend you reach out to him. I only interview the realtors, experienced realtors that know what they're doing, and I trust that Tristan will be able to serve your needs. So if you wouldn't mind, in the last couple minutes here, just give your contact information, and you got a guide that people can download.
100%. So my website is rapidhomesonline.com. That's rapid, not rabid. Rapid Homes Online, like Rapid City. Rapidhomesonline.com. And I do have a link that I'll share with him regarding the relocation guide that I put together. I spent a little bit of time putting that together, and I think you'll enjoy it. I talk about the 13 reasons why you should move to Rapid City. And I talk all about the wonderful things in the parks we have a lot of parks in Rapid City. Of course, all the Black Hills, and you can be walking down a path in the Black Hills within half an hour easy, and maybe not even see anybody. So it's a great way to escape, to get away. We've been really enjoying our Black Hills with everything that's been offered this year, especially. So that's my main contact information, and always here via website or phone or text. Easy to get hold of me.
Great. Would you like to give your phone number? I'm going to have it also in the description.
Yep, 605-391-7086 is my phone number. That's my direct cell. So hit me up, except for those
awesome
people.
Wonderful. What's that?
Except for you guys, you car warranty people. You guys more of those phone calls.
Oh, now I'm scared out. You let me know if you get some with those. But I'm going to have that on the screen.
Talk to Dakota, call him. Oh, yeah.
Tristan, thank you so much for your time. Folks, this has been Leaving Chicago to South Dakota. Best places to live in South Dakota. I am Anant Deoras with EXP Realty. Thank you so much for watching.
Hope you enjoyed this video today. If you like this video, be sure to watch this one or this one. Thanks so much again, everyone, for watching. Have a wonderful day, and remember, love where you live.